Thank you for staying with us. This is Journalist Hangout, reaching you live from TVC News here in Lagos, Nigeria. And I have Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Chawola Mokio Wako still in the studio. Most times, we wonder why Kaduna State is never far from trouble. On Monday night, bandits attacked St. Albert, the Great Institute of Philosophy, a Catholic church seminary in Kagoma, that's Jama local government area of the state. The bandits abducted jets to be specified number of students. Meanwhile, some kidnapped victims have raised the alarm that bandits now disguise as policemen in uniform to kidnap unsuspecting citizens at checkpoints. Before we go into this, I saw one funny post on your Facebook page yesterday. Bandits begging for cooked food.
No, asking for cooked food as ransom, as part of ransom. They are starving over there, so you know, some of even the markets where they used to sell their raw suit cattle, those markets have been closed. Not in one state, in Niger, in Katsina, in Kaduna, in Zamfara, they've closed those markets.
So that strategy is working.
Where do they? Yes, in a way. Some of those steps taken are working, though they are painful. Very painful. They are working, not that they are not working at all. So the access to petrol, for example, is difficult. Access to firewood is difficult. Access to bread, people used to go and supply loaves of bread to them. The governors have said, see, if you go to supply loaves of bread, you will close your bakery. So things are not that rosy for them. This is not the first time.
Difficult.
They will ask for foodstuff. They've asked for rice. They've asked for that. You know. Now they are asking for cooked food as part of ransom. So you can imagine. They are not even thinking that. See, these women were supplying them petrol.
Fuel.
And they put petrol in their traveling bags to take to the bandits.
To put in their bag.
Yes, because bandits selling of petrol into jerry cans have been banned. Has been banned in Katsina and all
so
of
these ones are sympathetic to them.
Yeah, there's money in exchange for money. You see,
okay.
A lot of these things are happening. Bandits have recruited so many informants and all that. Those informants, a lot of them just stand by the roadside. They are monitoring vehicles. They raise alarm to the bandits that, look, there is a big person coming. Like the emir of Bungudu that was kidnapped, for example, they must have been alerted that that big man was coming. And despite being paid ransom, they have refused to release the emir. That's a first-class chief. So there are the steps now that have been taken that, yeah, I just hope so, because that was how they kidnapped the speaker, the father of the speaker of Zamfara, only to kill the man in captivity. So now some of those steps are making life unbearable for them. So, but I was saying that if you are asking me for food, what if I poison it? But I then said no, they could tell the person to taste from the meal. So if you poison it, you've wasted your life. So it's better you don't poison it, because they will make you eat out of it.
So that kind of situation.
So that's the thing. It's unfortunate that another school has been invaded by these people. The story that we heard was that they chased them away. But the same story that said that they were chased away said some of the students had already been taken away. So it's rather confusing. Yeah. So it shouldn't. No school should be attacked anymore. If schools are in remote areas, they should close those schools for the time being until we are able to crush these people
or relocate.
You know, or relocate the schools to safer areas. That's what they've done in Borno. You will not hear that in Borno State that Boko Haram or anybody kidnap students anymore.
Because everybody...
Because they are in the state capital, yes. You now have mega schools. The kind of schools that you don't see in any part of the country. Now, huge schools. So all those schools in the hinterland, their students are now in the state capital where they can safely receive qualitative instruction. So now to hear this kind of story is very depressing.
Chawo, now when you see the continued, because we have refused to get that formula to stop these people. Yes, we're trying, but effectively, to stop the activities.
Yeah.
From Niger to Katsina to Kaduna, to Zamfara.
Yes. That shows you that those people are always thinking of how to beat the state to this very game. Take, for instance, Kaduna State, that have been in the eye of the storm. Most of the abductions happened in schools. You begin to wonder, with the sad experience the state had gone, through for long, why do we still have, schools? You have boarding students, because it's easy for them to raid such schools in the night. But where the schools don't have students in their boarding, it will be difficult for them to come in the daytime to, cut away those people without, the public or even the security agencies coming to their rescue. So that's one area that the state has to work very hard to make sure that any school that cannot be provided with maximum security should not be allowed to keep students in boarding school. That is one thing the state has to do. But the issue of having them on the roads wearing either military or police uniforms or even police vehicles.
That's what they used to.
Is a scary development, because if you are a traveler and you on the way you see people wearing such uniforms or police vehicle, you won't think twice. You can't think that the people you are facing are people who are likely to abduct you. Yeah. So that is why the security officials we have in Nigeria, the hierarchy, has to tweak the strategy they have to beat these latest tactics.
If you saw that video of Shegumi meeting with bandits, you will see that they were wearing army uniform. Go back and look at that video. They were wearing army uniform. Some of them wearing even the army fatigue that we use only in the northeast. That brown one, that brown fatigue. We use it only in the north because it's a desert fatigue. Some of them use it. Some of them use the regular fatigue, the green one that we wear. Soldiers wear in this part of the country. So they have no shame. They don't have any care in the world. They are being addressed, being filmed. They are not afraid to wear the uniform of the Nigerian army.
No.
So it's unfortunate. Now we see that increasingly
to our people.
Yes, and when people look like soldiers man a checkpoint, what are you going to do?
Do you understand?
And you are told to stop.
You will stop. You won't have no confidence to stop.
You have no choice but to stop.
You think, oh, these ones, so far they are not bandits, they are policemen, they are soldiers.
So if we cannot, as I've said repeatedly, the solution is a coordinated attack on their locations across those contiguous states. If we fail to do it, we are just wasting our time. We can see now that they've gone into Sabombrini area in Sokoto State and they are killing people. On market day, they went there and killed about 20 people. Now the government is saying, oh, it was because the market opened, that they had said that the people, that the market should be shut. So what is it that we want? How do our people feed? if we take away their means of livelihood, people need to sell their stuff and make money. A lot of our people live for the day. Yeah. It is the money that they make on a given day that they will use to take care of themselves and their families. So now we are closing market. We are saying them they should not go to market. How do they survive? We've closed livestock markets. We've closed livestock market, and a lot of these people, they sell livestock for a living. Where do they go? Now bandits are dealing with them decisively in those areas and attacking even military formations in the same Sokoto state.
I have Ada from Jos.
Yeah, so Ada from Jos. Journalist Hangout.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening, madam.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
God will bless Journalist Hangout. God will bless you.
Amen.
You have been saying it times without number that attack, that is the military operations, should be done in a coordinated manner. They don't want to listen to you because you're not one of the elected, advisors. They have almost 200 advisors. I don't know what they're advising. The advisor has an advisor. That's what. For how long will we continue like this? Look at what is happening now. All those efforts is just futile, is in futility. Look at it now, going to the seminar. Even the Catholics that own the school, why can't they even shut it down on their own for now? Then when it comes to electronic voting, in fact, that is the best thing that has ever happened to democracy. Those senators or the other people that are against it, let them down, bury their heads in shame. Let them hang their boots. We are going to, our votes must be counted in 2023. Let them go and do their homework very well. I'm really fed up with them. They are a major problem. God bless you. Let's not give up on this country.
Thank you, madam.
So, Julie, part of our talking points, but the Borno students that returned, can you tell us more?
They said among the people surrendering or running away from Boko Haram camp, women, young women, 6 of them are said to have escaped with 9 children, and one of them is pregnant. These are school girls, you know. Not that their school was attacked. There's no record that the school was attacked. Maybe the school was not even in session, but they are students. And then they said they ran away from Boko Haram custody at Buniyadi in Yobe State and trekked through Sambisa Forest for about 6 hours before they were rescued by security operatives. One of the reasons I'm against amnesty for these foolish fellows is because they go and pluck young children. Put those young children, some of them as young as 14, put them in the family way. Now when clearly you have lost out in the politics and hierarchy of Boko Haram, you are now surrendering. Is a lot of even non-fighters, people who are not active fighters, they are the people largely surrendering, and they are women. Women that they took forcibly and converted to sex slaves. It's slavery.
Torture, psychology.
So you must first try them. I think it was somebody suggested, maybe former minister of Agri.
You must be very sure.
You must first try them for the crime of taking away these young girls and putting them in the family way. Nobody has the right to do that. You must first try them before even thinking of amnesty for these people.
Yes.
I mean, what do that, see, one of them is already is even still pregnant.
Joe, final seconds?
Yes. We have to felicitate with the families for seeing these girls again. But the state governor, who is an academic and who is interested in education, I think the best thing he can do to these girls is to find a way of making sure that they complete their secondary school education by making them happy. Maybe the state taking care of the children.
Change the direction of their life.
You know, provide them with all that they need in life to make sure they complete their secondary school education, to put shame to Boko Haram, because that is the ultimate goal, to deny those girls from going to school. So if they have to live their life without the state coming to their aid with these children they, got from these bastards, that will continue to haunt them for life.
Okay.
And for those of them who are not interested in going to school any longer, they should be exposed to vocational training.
You say 3 of the girls have 2 children each.
Yes.
Even some of them were picked up in Chibok. They are still going to that Chibok to kidnap people.
And finally,